You told us a lot about curriculum design, instructional design. Well, I do not have a clear picture yet. What does the design look like? How do you work? What are the components of designing?
Well, there's instructional design is a process.
Mm-hmm.
A process that has several steps that you need to take and decisions that you need to take. And the process in itself is quite complex because you have to take into account the content and the instructional formats and the assessment and all the different aspects of education.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, there are other complications because you are dealing within a limited set of resources. So,
Well, what are resources?
resources can be money, but also time or the capacities of your teaching staff or the capacities of your students.
Mm-hmm.
And the limits on those resources mean that you cannot always do what you want to do. In the extreme, you could say that if you could teach in a one-to-one situation, that would probably be best for every student, but that's impossible. So you need to take into account the resources that you have, including the buildings and the demands that are posed by the organization on your teaching. And on top of that, you're dealing with different stakeholders.
Mm-hmm. And what are stakeholders?
And stakeholders could be teachers, students, management, the professional field that influences your teaching, government demands. And you need those stakeholders because they have information.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get to teachers to ask them what students understand and what is difficult for them. You need to get to your management to learn about the resources that are available or could be available. And you need your organization for certain demands on the way your university has decided to teach. But those different stakeholders also have different interests and different opinions that probably will conflict. So in the end, your role as an instructional designer is not only the design, but it's also to manage this process with all its complications.
Yeah.
And within this unit, we're going to mimic that a bit, hopefully in a little bit less complex way than it would be in practice, but you will try to be an instructional designer.